Here especially for America's 250. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's from your backyard barbecues to the rich people child hunting. Everyone is gearing up to celebrate this 4th this year. It's a big one. I want to hear a testimony from Jessie Czebotar, I believe is how you pronounce her last name, Czebotar, survivor of one of these Rothschild human hunting parties. I just want to give her the floor for a second to let you know what, honestly, you know your boss does not have the usual 4th of July parties. You know what I mean? If you work at a corporation, you know that your boss, the CEO, is not going home to hang out with his family for the 4th of July and make steak. He's going to a resort. His family is probably going to stay home, admittedly, if his children are going to be sitting with a nanny and the mom is going to be out drinking or gambling or something like that. She's going to be having fun too. Listen, it's her money as well. It's her money to enjoy. And if they have the nanny, it's her right to enjoy it, especially if he's going to be off hunting children. Now, listen, I spoiled it, but he's going to be going off to this beautiful resort, probably somewhere in the western region of whatever your state is, Wyoming. This could be Wyoming, Iowa, Minnesota, anywhere. He's going off to the north regions, maybe in the forested parts, and he is hanging out with a bunch of his other rich friends, and he's going, damn, man, I think I'm going to have to pull a Christmas vacation and cut Christmas bonuses this year, and then and whatnot. And they're like, oh, really? Are you just experiencing hard times? And he's like, no, I just really want a Bugatti. And with the state taxes over here in Minnesota, it's ridiculous. So then he finishes off his martini, and then they proceed to hunt people like Jessie Czebotar.
So at the hunting parties, they'd have all these expendable children outside in the woods, and usually they have holding grounds, like a tunnel system or something underground where they hold the kids in cages until the time of the hunt.
Oh shit, what a timely line. Kids in cages. Obama did it, Trump did it, shut up. It's not a win for either of you.
It usually happens later, once it's dark outside. And so what they'll do is they kind of, they'll kind of make a parameter, which is pretty large, of these woods, and they'll station the different elite people around the perimeter, and then when they give the go, they release the kids, and the kids are told just to run, to hide.
Yep.
And that's when
zigzag.
We'll go through the woods and start hunting for them.
Yep.
When they catch them, a lot of times they will first sexually abuse them.
God.
And then they'll kill them. So not everybody will get killed in that situation.
Not everybody.
If they don't, then they're used for other hunts.
Some will just be used for other hunts or turn into later Catholic priests.
There were kids that I saw who, were really good survivors, and they would just continuously have to relive this trauma,
MK Ultra mind control, sex trauma. We've talked about this before.
So,
speaking of MK Ultra, we're going to get to that later in this episode.
There was kind of so those were the kids on the outside, and then because we were hierarchy kids, we were on the inside. And so on the inside, usually in the house or the lodge, you would have the older men who were too old. Sometimes it did include women, but they were too old to be out in the woods hunting for the kids. So they brought everything indoors for those individuals.
Whoa.
And those individuals were not allowed to kill, but they were allowed to capture and rape the hierarchy children. So, once...
They're like, Grandpa needs to do something while we're on this retreat.
The signal was given that the hunt was on, you were just trying to escape, hide, and not be found. And sometimes they would make it seem, for the kids, like it was a hide-and-seek game. So unless you got caught, you really didn't know what happened.
How terrifying. You imagine you and your buddy are like, damn, this hide-and-seek game is pretty scary, you know what I mean? The adults seem like they're getting pretty into it. And then your buddy's like, yeah, man, I feel like we're safe though next to this tree. And then an arrow flies through his head and pins his head to the fucking trunk. And you just have to realize, oh my God, this is real. Like, this is low key. This is legit. It's that moment in Ready or Not when the family is hunting the new member of the, they're getting married. Ready or Not's a pretty good movie if you haven't seen it. It's about this woman. I just spoiled it for people that haven't seen it. God damn it. I'm sorry. I should have said something. Ready or Not. It's a great movie. If you've seen the trailer, I think they honestly give it away. The family basically is like this board game magnate, like type of, they have a business and whatnot, and then they make a deal. Basically, their ancestor made a deal with Satan, and in order to fulfill this ritual, like every time someone gets married into the family, they have to draw a card from this box, and it gives them like a game that they need to play. Sometimes it's just like most of the time it's like an ordinary game like chess or backgammon or some I don't know, like, you know what I mean? It's just like games, and then sometimes like this happens like once every, I don't know, like 4 or 5 people that get married, they draw the card that says hide and seek, and basically that means that they have to kill that person. And then this that's one of the reasons that this bitch, the aunt, is very sour because her husband ended up getting killed like back in the 80s. The movie starts with that. It starts out in the 80s like with a flashback, and then it cuts to like the modern day, which is like I think late 2010s, at least for like when it gets set there, when the movie is set. She's marrying, Samara Weaving is marrying into this family, and basically she's the next person to draw the card, and then the rest of the movie is that. It's very fun, it's very interesting, but watch it if you haven't. Speaking of satanic rituals that will continue the family bloodlines of, just allowing you to live in filth and riches and just absolute gluttony, everything the world will have to offer you. Taylor and Travis's wedding. It's honestly the main thing you have to realize about this is a mass ritual. This is a mass ritual because they are on America's 250th anniversary. Instead of having businesses in New York bustling around Madison Square Garden, you know what I mean? Like you would expect around the 4th of July. They want to make a point that your personal industry, your personal little mom and pop shop, you sell little biscuits, you sell little eclairs or like little chocolates, like this little like chocolate store that I visit with my family and my fiance every time we're in Duluth. It's this little chocolate store, and it's amazing. There's a bear that sits out on a bench in the front. It's the cutest thing. It's my favorite place. Like, you have like a little place where you like to sell treats? Well, guess what, bitch? On the busiest weekend where you could be making thousands with the foot traffic that you have in New York City, I'm just being honest with you, on a day where you could be having immense commerce, true civilization, true connection, people walking around, maybe, somebody gets stabbed, but that's just the risk of civilization. But it's like mostly a good time. People take their families out, they enjoy the summer heat, they realize that it's very tourist season, the cops are going to be out, so it'll be a safe time to be out maybe for once. And then, because admittedly certain areas of New York are not nearly as bad, but especially around like Madison Square Garden, it would be a great time for real community. And they want to tell you something. America's 250th anniversary is not going to be celebrated with true community, bustling commerce on American streets. It's going to be celebrated by some big gaudy event where the elite will all perform for their friends and each other in this walled off little area that shuts down the streets. The sidewalks will literally be the only thing open in certain areas, but mostly blocks will be shut down around this area. It's going to be disastrous, and according to New York City businesses, they're feeling robbed. They're saying that this is going to cost us a ton of money.
Local New York City businesses are saying they are feeling robbed, all because of the Taylor and Travis wedding this weekend.
Damn you, Taylor and Travis.
This weekend at Madison Square Garden in New York City, and TMZ spoke to some restaurant and bar owners around the area, and they feel that this wedding weekend will hurt their bottom line. One business owner on West 31st Street is livid, telling TMZ that the street closures around Madison Square Garden will prevent customers from coming in on what would normally be a super busy weekend if it were not for the wedding. It is a holiday weekend with America's 250th birthday and tons of World Cup games.
And this is a message. Listen, it's saying fuck your community, fuck your genuine human connections. The elite are going to throw their big party. They're going to have their big fun fest. Trump and all his buddies, his cronies, are going to be giggling up, rubbing their hands together like Jews, is sitting in the Oval Office, signing decrees, tax cuts and whatnot. There's, we're going to have AI data centers within 5 blocks of literally everyone in the country. They're plotting a future that you don't want to live in, but you have no real genuine choice. That is what this wedding represents. Many people are not wise enough to understand it, but the greater implications of this wedding are the community is dead. You know, if you want to buy something this July 4th, go on fucking Amazon, you animals. Go back to your apartments and sit in your apartments. Don't walk around. I don't want you to enjoy yourselves. I don't want you to go out and watch firework displays. I want you to sit in and I want you to live stream something on Netflix. You know, what's his name? Anderson Cooper. He's not doing 60 Minutes anymore. You know how him and his gay friend, they Epstein 2.0, they host New Year's Eve every year. You know, they did that one with Whitney Houston that one time. They're going to be hosting July Rockin' 4th, and they're going to be on Netflix, and it's going to be co-hosted by Kevin Hart, and it's going to be the roast of Pete Davidson alongside it. It's going to be maybe the most streamed thing in the history of all streaming services. This is what they want you to be doing. They want you to be cooped up. They want you to be taking pills to make yourself feel something. They want you to be, dulling your mind with substances. They want you to enjoy nothing. They don't want you to have family connection. They want Taylor Swift and all her big rich friends to have a shebangin' time. And they want you to sit inside and watch July Rockin' 4th.
This business owner said they've been trying to get in touch with anyone connected to Taylor to express their opinions. West 31st is expected to be closed at some point on Friday, although the sidewalk will remain open, but fans, media, security might not make access so easy. The owner of a business on West 33rd also told us his street will also be closed with the sidewalk open, but if plans change like they did when Trump attended the Knicks game, it could easily cost him tens of thousands of dollars.
Shouldn't have had your business there, loser.
None of the businesses we reached out to have heard from Swift or Swift's camp about potential compensation. The only communication has been from the NYPD and city planning about the closures.
They go, fuck you. Do you know the flower budget we have right now? Like, seriously, there is not a chance that we're going to reimburse shit. Do you realize how much we're in the hole right now for having to put this whole thing on? It's ridiculous. And the fact that you of all people, the filth of New York City, the average populace, have the audacity to come to me, the queen of mean, Taylor Swift herself, and ask for handouts, I spit in your drinking water. Ladies and gentlemen,